near her porch that says all are welcome here. You notice what color is missing? Black. Period. And there's a reason for that. Our lives have not mattered to Alondra Cano or any of the members of the city council. And just like Tucson said, we have been going to their doors. We've been going to City Hall. We've been calling their phones. We've been showing up. We've been shutting shit down. We've been demanding justice. And until the world started watching what was happening in Minneapolis when George Floyd was killed, they didn't do a goddamn thing. Nothing. Nothing. They've had years to do something. This woman is making a six-figure salary off of our backs and benefits and everything else to be able to take care of her family. But she presides over a community that has some of the worst disparities in the country for black and brown and Somali people. Somebody say that ain't right.
That ain't right.
Say that ain't right.
That ain't right.
We are fed up with the okie doke. We're fed up with the lies. We're fed up with being taken for granted. She's had 55 days to say Calvin Horton's name. And she has not mentioned him because he doesn't fit into her narrative of what she's trying to do in this city. Pretending to care about black lives, but proving that she actually doesn't. She needs to come and address this family. She needs to use her platform to stand up for justice. She needs to use the power that she has to help hold the man who killed Calvin Horton accountable, as well as the cops who killed many other black men in this city who have not been held accountable. And it's happened on her watch. So whether someone is killed by a white vigilante or they're killed by a crooked cop, people like Alondra Cano are showing us that our lives do not matter. Because we weren't the ones sitting in Powderhorn Park when they were spewing that okie doke for the cameras. We've been the ones out here in these streets telling them to get their acts together or get the hell out the way. Period. We need to have elected officials who actually care about the people who voted them in office. We need to see economic justice. We need to see an end to police violence and brutality. And we need for these city council members to not allow white business owners to literally get away with murder. A lot of the policies and practices that they put in place are not for those who look like me. They're for those who look like some of the folks in this neighborhood with the Black Lives Matter signs, but who don't show up and act like they actually care about black lives. Who will pass over a black person for a promotion. Who will call 911 when they see black people standing on a corner. Who will pretend that they care about us. But when it's time for them to show up for us, we don't see their faces. Those are the kinds of people that Alondra Cano stands up to represent. But today we say, enough is enough.
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 What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Say his name.
Calvin Horton.
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 For those white allies who are out here with us, we have a homework assignment for you. We want you to start calling Alondra Cano, start emailing Alondra Cano, start showing up on her social media and demanding that she stand for justice for Calvin Horton until his killer is brought to justice. Do not let Alondra Cano sleep. Do not let her rest. Have her looking over her shoulder. Have her concerned, wondering who's going to peek around the corner and demand justice for Calvin Horton. I'm not saying scare the lady. I'm saying hold her ass accountable to do her job. So we want you to do that. And for the neighbors who are out here, we want you to hold her accountable. We want you to ask her why, after 55 days, has she not once mentioned the name of Calvin Horton, someone who was gunned down in her ward, a ward that she pretends to care about. We want her to say his name. We want her to demand justice. We want her to call Mike Freeman. We want her to begin to care about black lives. Period. Period. I agree with Toussaint. None of them need to be reelected. They have all let us down. We need people to step up and run for office who actually care about the poorest people in this city, who care about black people, who care about homeless people, who care about ending the disparities. We need you all to step up and run for office and get her ass out. Period. Period.